I have a topic that we could discuss and hopefully bring something to mind.
Hop into it. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the cast. I don't know what it's called yet.
All right.
No one.
So
knows.
I was thinking, like, because I've overheard, I was like, me and my brother were talking about growing up, and there's always a point in time where you have to, like, almost have that conversation with yourself, like, I'm not going to do this because I'm going to get hurt. Or, like, I've already learned that if I do this thing, I'm going to get hurt. Like, when was a time where, like, you stopped yourself from doing something?
Are you talking about like emotional hurt?
No, like physical. Physical.
Like I'm
like
gonna
I remember
jump
like
off this
going
cliff
down.
now, like
I remember like doing no handlebars for like a bike, and I was like going up like a steep driveway, and then kind of waiting till my momentum kind of like leans over, and the front of my bike would turn, and then I'd lean into the turn. Remember I did that once, and it just didn't turn. I just ate dirt and just ground beef my elbow, and I was like, no.
biking.
And I just to this day I'm like, I can't do no handlebars. Like I can do it, but I'm like,
yeah. It's like I guess it's not the same for me because it wasn't like I just totally stopped. Well, maybe I guess it is like I totally stopped doing it. But it's like with dirt biking, I had to have a conversation with myself like, I'm gonna not use the front handbrake anymore.
Why not?
I'm gonna use only the back brake because every time I
you don't like
crashed,
flying over your
yeah,
front.
it always was the front handbrake. Every time I crashed, it was like okay, and then I don't crash very often anymore because I just use the back handbrake. It's just nerve wracking because when you're off road, you use that back handbrake and you're going like fast enough, you'll oftentimes like drift or something, especially when you're on a hill. You'll slide around or just whatever, and you don't want to do that. Like the front does that less, but then it chucks you over the handlebar,
Yeah,
or
you
like
have to
tips
be
your bike
gentle.
or whatever happened. You know?
If you're using the front, you have to like. Eek.
so it's a thing that made you learn.
Backflips.
Trust yourself.
I think it was with crew at hang time, and I think it was with you guys, and I was doing backflips.
Yeah.
And I did one, and I landed, and I said, dope. And I did another one, and I landed right here, and my neck went, and I just laid there, and I said, never doing a backflip again.
I think I remember something like that because I explained it and then I showed you and then
Yeah,
you did it
and then I
you
did it,
kinda
and
like,
I did it.
Yeah.
I landed.
And then you did it again. You were like, oh, I think
And
I
I
can
just
remember
died.
that.
I just went, I was like, yeah, so.
What about you, Tim? You drank
Yeah,
yourself
yeah,
once and you're like, oh.
What you got?
I just feel like I'm always just cautious on that. So I don't know
Yeah.
what
Tim's
the
all- yeah.
specific moment was that
Specifically
happened.
cocking airsoft gun.
That made
Yeah,
that was probably
don't cock airsoft guns. Your wrist will snap. Right?
Yes.
Tell the story.
Wait,
I wasn't there.
Tim's a guinea pig that watches and then like he'll wait and if somebody like does it, like, oh, okay,
If somebody
it's
stretched
safe.
themselves.
And then he'll watch a couple people and like, all right, so like 10 out of 10 people made it. So it's safe.
So I can do
And then
that.
somebody clowns himself and it's like, oh,
All right, I won't
Can't do it now.
I'll
pass.
not do that no more.
Tim says hard pass.
Yeah.
This is why I wanted
I
to...
got a point
Hey.
though.
Oh,
That it's a new topic.
yeah.
It's just I think that the Marvel universe has just died.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think
so like
I just stopped
after Infinity
watching.
War, it's like it's
After I
trash
watched
now.
the last Spider-Man, like the last Spider-Man movie, it's
Yeah.
like I'd stopped watching. I was like, okay, that's it. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm all set.
I'm not a big fan of the new Tom Holland Spider-Man.
Are you a fan of No Way Home?
No. They're good movies. Like Michael
Dude,
Keaton as
having
Vulture, really good.
Having all three Spider-Men was like,
Is that called No Way Home?
yeah.
The third one.
Yeah.
The third one. The one
all
where
three
Andrew
Spider-Man
Garfield,
were
Tobey Maguire, and
Oh, the first
Holland
one's
show.
Homecoming. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, No Way Home was awesome.
That was so good.
Yeah.
Only
So
good
good.
one.
Yeah, it's because imagine if it didn't have Andrew Garfield or Toby, it would have been.
It would have been. It would have been actually bad. But
Yeah, and seeing like
I will say I did
Willem
enjoy.
Dafoe
He was
again.
so good.
Dog
Legitimately, the fact the villains that they brought back, the original villains, are the reason it was so good.
Still have it.
They still have it. Willem Dafoe and Doc Ock, I forget the actor's name, Albert Molina.
Yeah.
Sure.
I was like, William Dafoe, I came back from watching that the first time and I
Oh,
was
you
telling
said
everyone,
William.
I was like, William Dafoe was by far the best actor in that movie. Like, that's my,
So
I was
good.
like,
No, Willem Dafoe is
Like, who's he playing?
phenomenal.
Goblin.
Green Goblin.
Green Goblin, yeah.
Yeah.
He's so good. The fact that he's, I think he's 60 or 70,
Yeah.
and he was like
He's
that
Dude,
good.
It's like he never missed a step from when he he just got right back on the bus where he was.
Yeah, that was good. That was really good. I
Marvel
did enjoy.
is,
I know a lot of people didn't. I really enjoyed Doctor Strange.
I haven't watched it yet.
The
The third
Multiverse
one?
of Madness.
I like
said, I
that
stopped
too.
watching them all.
I love Sam Raimi as a director. Like I love he did the Evil Dead, the originals.
Original
He
Spider-Man.
did the original Spider-Man trilogy.
Oh,
Like I really like his directing, and it felt like an early 2000s movie. So I liked the feel. Of it.
Multiverse was good. They just Disney as well has.
They didn't do
sprinkled
enough
so
multiverse
much.
though.
Yeah.
It was like they had that one scene where they're going through all the multiverses, and then they had one universe, and then they had like the two that they
Yeah.
hopped back and forth, and that was it. Like if they would have experimented more with like going through, I think it would have been better. But it was
Yeah,
like
for
an
sure.
actual good like that is the furthest I've ever seen Marvel go, and I was like,
I think that
I
one.
was shook.
I think that one did good because they went in a way where Doctor Strange, it got more popular, but no one knows like a beginning to end. Like everyone knows the Batman origin story and like
Yeah.
he has sidekicks and all this stuff like
Yeah.
Albert, but like no one knows much about Doctor Strange. Like at the end of Doctor Strange, where he gets that third eye and then that woman
Mm-hmm.
comes. I was told like apparently that's like his wife
Yeah,
in the comics.
It's-
It's like I don't know much. Where like that'll leave me to be like, oh, what the
There
heck?
you go, and all the backstory stuff.
Same with I also agree with Tim's point is Disney movies too, like new kid Disney movies. I feel like Pixar, Disney, like used to come out and they used to have awesome movies.
Oh, as
Now
soon
it's
as it
like,
came out, everyone was talking about it.
like Raya the Last Dragon I was
It
kind
was
of
fun.
hyped about it, and then they did like the whole like 3 monkey baby ninja things, and I was like, I'm done.
That was garbage. But the rest of the movie was fine.
It ruined it for me. It was like there's this big like buff man. I was like ooh, and then like a monkey, and I was like, we're done.
We're done.
I
out.
didn't like mind it too much. I didn't like it.
But if you compare that to like any movie from before, it was
Yeah,
like
but we don't compare because the movies. If you compare any modern movie to movies back in the golden age,
Yeah, we grew up in the golden era of
We did.
not just movies, media altogether.
Just
media.
everything.
Well, now
Video games,
Like, yeah.
everything is
movies,
so
like, all that
politically
stuff.
correct.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what it is,
Well, that and then there's just like
and it's the attention.
it's like
span.
everyone's figured out what works.
Think
and
about
what's
it.
going to hook
Yeah.
people
It's
and
the
what people are
pacing.
going to buy. And
Tell
so
me,
then they
tell
just
me a
follow the
movie you've seen
formula.
recently, like a Marvel or Disney or like one of those movies that has had good pacing. It's like it starts and you don't get backstory.
Wait.
You're in the story, done, and it's like every 5 minutes you're
almost
getting
just karate chop my crotch.
okay, but like every,
Done.
boom, every 5 minutes.
Yeah.
It's like it's nonstop.
That's how it
you don't get a
feels,
break.
Travis. Right.
That's why I really like Dune. Is it just felt
Dune was so
in
good.
depth.
I haven't
watched
watched
it
it
yet.
all the way
It's-
through.
I
yet,
feel
'cause
so
you came and
bad.
interrupted that one time, and I was in the beginning. I was like, "This looks like it's gonna be good."
It
And
is.
then Corbin came and I didn't watch the whole thing. So.
Yeah,
Name,
I felt bad.
I feel like it'd be cool if we named a movie series where they had a couple movies, or like the first movie was really good, and then a follow up. Just
Mulan,
Lion King.
original Mulan, Mulan 2.
blind.
Does anybody else ever like watch a trailer and you can just tell right then and there like this movie's gonna be trash already? Like
Yes,
you don't watch
emoji
it.
movie.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
most of them.
Yeah, I was like, is it just me or is it like that's how it feels now? It's like I can just watch.
Kung
it,
Fu
like,
Panda,
That's good.
third
That's
one.
bad. That's
Stop.
good. That's
Yeah.
bad. Like you can
I
just
don't
like
remember
pick and
the
choose. I'm like,
I think I've only seen the first two.
First
On
two.
the road of trailers, what's funny is the Lord of the Rings trailers are really bad.
Oh yeah,
It's
Yeah.
kind of crazy. They're
There's
just
Yeah, my
terrible.
brother watched it,
Probably
he's like,
among
"Oh, it's
the worst
awesome."
trailers.
genuinely. There's so many trailers that so we'll go through like looking for movies and we'll see like the movie from like 1980 or like 2000 or 1999. We're like, let's look up the trailer, and it is so bad. Trailers are so good now.
I
And the
do miss
movies are
the-
so
I
bad.
do
Yeah.
miss that narrator guy
Yeah.
with like the blue screen and the two things going, or like that
The
Disney
coming
intro.
soon to DVD.
Yeah.
Coming soon.
From the magic
Theater
within our
near you.
hearts and like all that
Oh,
stuff.
yeah,
Yeah,
that-
That
I
is
miss all that
nostalgia.
stuff. Yeah.
That is the best.
bad.
John Boyega is just a normal guy.
Yeah.
But this summer,
Good times. Good
Yeah.
That was good.
the trailer narrator.
I'd say Kung Fu Panda 3. I didn't like it. I kind of ruined it. I was like, Kung Fu Panda 1 and 2 are good.
I did, yeah. No,
Shrek 4 was trash.
I'm gonna disagree.
It was okay.
I'm gonna say
There's parts.
every single Shrek movie is a good movie.
Okay, hold
Hot take.
on.
Every
Take
Shrek
it
movie
back.
is good.
I think
3
every
was bad.
movie's a good
3 was
movie.
bad.
It's just not a good movie for everyone.
3 was bad. I like
three.
Certain
parts
people
of
might
1
like-
and
okay,
2.
my
Like,
wife.
Every movie will be liked by somebody.
Yeah, but okay, my wife has the full Shrek collection on DVD and Blu-ray. We watched them all during lockdown.
Hold on. What's
They're
the
all
best?
great movies.
What's the best?
2,
It's 2.
hands down.
It's 2.
Hands down, 2's the
Okay,
best.
should we put a definition on what a great movie is?
No.
I'm talking about good
Does it
pacing,
have to be something like
Good story
everybody
writing,
generally likes? or
good
like-
acting.
No,
we personally
one
like.
something that you
It's
can say
personal.
this is a great movie, and most people go, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
Morbius. I enjoyed Morbius a lot. It was really campy.
Apparently, everyone doesn't like that one. I haven't watched it yet.
I haven't seen it yet.
It's-
I
it's
don't
on
watch
Netflix.
trash movies.
It's good. No,
It's
it
a
is
Marvel
good.
movie.
Genuinely, if you watch it, you'll like it. It's
Wait,
campy.
If it was good,
It feels like an early
I'm
2000s
confused,
Marvel
though.
movie.
Is it in Garfield's universe?
That's what we don't
Or
know.
is it the MCU or its own?
It
thing?
has
Like,
it has the Vulture. It has
yeah.
Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
Oh.
From Homecoming.
Yeah, it's setting up for the Sinister Six.
So it's like weird.
But it feels like an early 2000s Marvel movie in like the
Morbius,
best
a
way.
Spider-Man villain?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
We don't see Spider-Man at all.
No.
I didn't know because
Uh,
Morbius pictures.
No, but it's, I think he gets mentioned
Okay.
in the after credits.
I just saw that trailer and I thought they were
I'd
like
love to
remaking
have
Van
the-
Helsing or something. I was
The
like,
Rhino in if they did a
You want
Garfield
Paul
30.
Giamatti as Rhino again?
nah. That was weird.
I never saw the second Amazing Spider-Man. I only heard terrible things about it.
I feel like it was going in a good direction, but like they kind of did.
Well, I
a
feel like
couple
they just
things.
messed up everyone says they messed up the villains. Like the Rhino wasn't good. Electro was weird. Like the way they did it, just people.
they were trying to
Yeah.
mash too many villains in one movie, just like the third Spider-Man and the originals, you know. So it was just
But the
kinda like-
originals worked. Sandman was
It
a
just felt a
great
little
character.
forced
They
and
messed
all that,
Venom
like-
up. They screwed Venom.
yeah.
In
But Green
Spider-Man 3?
Goblin, yeah.
Speaking
They
of
just did the
Venom,
3 villains at once, which was like
when
Yeah.
do you think
But
they're actually going to
Sandman
act
was-
on the new Venom
I like-
drop?
Have you not seen
I
the
think
after
it's-
credit scenes?
Yeah, I've seen them. That's why I'm asking.
Venom
It's like,
3?
when do you
Coming
think
up.
they're going to act
The
on
last
that and
Venom,
like
that
make
was good.
another Venom?
I really enjoyed.
oh,
Venom
here
too.
comes Carnage or something.
Yeah.
That was really good.
I love Venom. I always have.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of scrutiny with those movies because a lot of people know things about like Batman's origin story or Superman's origin. So like when you kind of like try to add stuff to make it new, people go.
No, you can't
but-
do that.
Yeah.
But like when people like you have Venom, Doctor Strange, like Morbius, like you can do stuff because people don't, and then they kind of like I like this because I learned something new. But when you do something different, people get upset.
Yeah.
That's why you have like
That's
when
why
people do Star Wars and there's so much extended universe, people go insane about it.
Yeah. Andor.
Same with Lord of the Rings too, like
Is
the
Andor
whole
good?
Tolkien
Is
stuff,
it out?
and
I've
then
seen it.
somebody
It's
did,
out.
like
Is that?
Apparently it's good.
the I
haven't
forget what
seen
is
it.
what's his
Rings
name?
Or what?
Rings of Power.
No. Who directed Lord of the Rings?
Oh,
Peter
Peter
Jackson.
Jackson.
Yeah, I heard he went through some scrutiny because like he left some key parts out, but like he just focused
Yeah.
on like what's the main thing.
Yeah,
Frodo taking the ring.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
you have
Yeah.
3 books, decently long books that
There
you're
you
trying
go.
to fit into movies. The extended editions are already that long.
But I feel like there
Like-
wasn't much of like as popular as it is now and such a staple that like back then it wasn't like everyone was like
Yeah, like almost no one knew it, and the big Tolkien fans at that time didn't like the movie.
yeah.
Yep.
But now everyone's
But the
like,
movie
oh, you
brought
can't
all
get
the
better
people.
than this. Yeah, so it's like
Honestly, the original Lord of the Rings
If-
trilogy is just
It's the best movie.
One
It's
of the
like
best movies
quintessential.
of our
like
lifetime.
the new Batman, like the Batman, really good. The
so
Riddler,
good.
I didn't like the Riddler. He
I
just
thought he
ended
was-
up being baby at the end.
Oh,
Like he wasn't
yeah.
smart or clever. It was like he was a criminal and he just did something, but he was a step ahead because he was just
Yeah, but
doing
it-
stuff.
No, because he was like guessing everything that was coming. So
What a
he was a
description.
step ahead actually.
That's a synopsis.
But
Well, it's like if
genuinely-
I was to go out and do something, the cops
he
are going to
wanted
be
to
one
get
step
caught.
behind. That's the thing.
yeah.
He wanted to get caught.
Yeah, that's why there's like good and bad, but it's like I feel like he
I
wasn't really
genuinely
going to
thought
be
the new
smart.
Batman was so good.
It just
Really
kind of
good.
felt like
Batman
somebody
really good.
took Criminal Minds and made one of the main characters Batman. A little bit.
Yeah.
I just, it was such a good movie. It was such a good.
I
movie.
wish I did a
It
little
was
more Bruce
3
Wayne.
hours long. Yeah, but that's the point. This one was supposed to be. The next one's gonna be more Bruce Wayne.
Oh, they're good.
Yeah, because they wanted to have a movie that was mostly Batman, because this is like right when he started being Batman.
Oh, is this that one that just came out?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like right when he started being Batman. So it was like when he like kind of lost himself as Batman, and then next one's like he's balancing it out.
What's the next villain? Do we know?
Did you not
Penguin?
watch the after credits?
Penguin? Oh, it's Joker, but
Did you see?
they're gonna make a mistake if they do Joker. It's like you
Maybe.
can't top Heath Ledger.
Here's a
You
question.
can't.
You can't.
You can't.
How many Jokers do you think will now exist by the time we die?
So many.
That is a,
It's because it's
They
Joker
can't
and
stop.
It's
okay.
iconic.
They can't
Joker and
stop.
Batman is probably the best. I would say the best comic book duo ever. Hands down, hero villain, the Joker and Batman.
Luke Darth Vader.
I'm saying comic
Oh God!
book. Luke Darth Vader on comic book.
They are.
they are.
He made comics.
Originally, no. The original was movies.
I don't know.
It was movies.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I'm talking about the origins. Batman and Joker were the like first big like two opposing yin and yang,
Yeah.
and they've like
Very
stayed
iconic.
a staple.
Yeah.
All the animated movies have Joker, and they're
But
all
this is
good.
where we get to the movie thing is people already know a lot about the Joker now, so if they do it and it's not Heath Ledger, it's not better than that, it's bad. That's why they did the Joker and it was different. Batman wasn't in it. It was more of like a late story.
he wasn't it.
yeah,
as a
but
little
he was
kid.
a kid, but it was like what the heck?
But have you seen the sequel to Joker?
Is there another one coming up?
It's gonna be a musical
I'm okay.
because it's from Harley's point of view as she's going insane.
I could see that.
Okay.
Like
Apparently.
kind of almost a Jojo Rabbit kind of feeling movie.
I don't know.
Lots of bright colors. It's just a
No, it's not her. It's Lady Gaga.
Oh, so they ruined apparently one of the
Have you
best
seen A
roles-
Star Is Born? She's a good
Yeah,
actress.
she's a good singer.
You can't lie.
Oh,
She's a
no.
good actress.
Oh, I guess it was gonna be. I'm just saying, like the something Robbie lady who's
Oh, well, because the
actor.
Joaquin Phoenix, that Joker is never. Apparently, they're never gonna like connect it. It's just
yeah,
supposed
no,
to be
that's why I
its own
assumed it's
standalone.
different, so people don't know what's
Why
going
did
on,
they
so they
ever
accept
even
it.
make it? Like,
What do you? That was such a good movie. That is one of the first comic book movies to win an Oscar.
Huh.
I think it is the first.
Invincible
actually.
season 2. Did you ever get around watching it?
I'm
Season
on the
2.
first episode.
Wait. Invincible season 2?
Yeah.
Season 2's out?
No, it's not out. It's eventually coming. It was supposed to
Oh.
be beginning of this year, and then they go,
Did
It's
you,
not
you
ready
watched
'cause we don't want
Invincible?
I'm just on episode 1.
I
Damn.
didn't realize.
Did you finish episode 1?
No.
"Have you started episode 1?"
No.
Yeah.
It kind of is really like.
What
right at
is
the
this
beginning.
Invincible you guys were talking about?
It's an Amazon original.
Have you
movie.
not watched
It's-
it?
No. What is it?
They're missing out.
Wait, is it this? Is that,
Think, Mark.
Is it that? Wait, hold on.
It's so good.
Is it that one that's like a comic book
Omni-Man,
superhero
yes.
movie? Oh, and it's like the guy
And it
beating
got-
the F out of his son, and he's like, "You could have had
You
it
haven't
all."
seen it, Mike.
I've seen the
Think,
clips.
Mark, you will outlive.
Think, Mark.
There were so many.
It's
memes
J.K.
around it.
Simmons. He is so good. I'm so happy he made it.
Yeah, and he came back as J. Jonah Jameson.
Yeah.
So good. Okay, but Invincible, Tim.
It is good.
Can we talk about the old
Sit down.
TV
Don't
watch
shows
it,
for
children.
Marvel?
Don't
The
watch
end
it.
of the first episode, you are gonna basically have your mind blown.
What's at the end of the first?
You just described it.
Whisper.
It is.
I know Corbin's probably watched them. I don't know if
Oh,
you have.
yeah.
You have.
Uh-huh.
Have either
That's
of
how the
you
first
two
episode
watched,
ends.
What's it called?
It's
The Punisher.
Of course.
And so yeah, I knew you would have. Like
Those-
Is that
those-
on Netflix?
Have you guys watched The Punisher or like the old Daredevil? And they're probably gonna do
The
it
original.
now?
The Daredevil show.
They surprised me how freaking dark they are compared to all other Marvel stuff.
Because
Like,
it was separate,
I was
and
like,
now he's
"Ooh."
in. Now they're bringing it back. They're rebooting the Daredevil show with the same actor, same like.
Yeah, because he was in Spider-Man.
Yeah. No. Did you see the Daredevil show? Netflix. Phenomenal.
There's always like 10 things on
Okay,
my
but
list.
those
that's like-
fight
Yeah.
scenes, the Punisher and the Daredevil, those fight scenes are beautiful. And the stunt coordinators are like super cool.
One thing I don't understand, which would make so much money, but for how movies are going now, where, movies back in like 80s, 90s, 2000s, their budget, what, 30, 50 million under?
Yeah.
Movies now, it's like 150 million plus
Yeah.
to do movies.
And it's not good.
With that kind of
My
budget,
guy.
yeah, and it sucks.
There's
But,
bad movies like CGI
yeah.
that are $200 million.
Yeah, and they flop and they go no. But one thing that they can do to like really cash in money, I don't know if you guys ever seen the Batman's Arkham Origins like video game
Of
trailer
course.
where he fights
Oh.
Deathstroke. It's literally like a movie. You see like Batman's like stubble on his
Yeah.
face and like he breathes
And that came
in
out-
the frost
Yeah.
in 2014.
24. Yeah. No.
The trailer
motion
is so
capture?
good. So if they did that as a whole movie, but if they applied that to like Star Wars, because you can't do certain like
that's-
you can't really do like forced jumping or forced sprinting,
Right.
but in movies like that where you can like slow
That's
down,
the way to
kind of
do
like
it.
the trailer for the Old Republic. You guys have seen it where he
Oh,
tries
yeah.
Malgus, he throws a lightsaber and it bounces off when he goes to strike.
Yeah.
Like if they made movies like that, Disney would just be
Oh, they would
Loading
rake
their
it.
paw.
No,
The
The
Old
legitimately,
Republic trailers are. I used to
good.
watch those all the
If
time.
they-
Like, this is awesome.
If they started doing motion capture movies like that, they would rake it in.
and with Lord of the Rings, if they did like pre like
some of
pre
the-
like
Frodo.
first age,
So
second
Yeah,
age,
yeah,
all
yeah.
that.
Third age, like if they did that and like army fighting and like not CGI Battle of the Five Armies, but if they did like
Yeah.
everything, like it would be so
That's how.
good. Like young Elrond Gladriel, like people would just get money all day long.
Yeah. You should
That's
be
tickle.
should be hired by Disney.
But they won't.
They wouldn't
accept.
listen to
Yeah.
him. That's
No.
not what it's about.
Really,
out
so we
there.
got Aragorn. He's what? What? Black? Black? And then we go Princess and the Frog, and I go white for diversity, right? And then I'd my throat would get
It's
slit, and
different
then I'd
now.
be in a
It's-
dumpster somewhere.
It's not
Yeah.
George Lucas trying to make all of his stories come true anymore. It's not J.K. Rowling trying to make her stories come true anymore.
It's
It's just some dude nobody knows behind the scenes, just like, I want you to make a movie that does this.
Here is
Yeah.
Oh, but that
does
was the thing
this.
I was
And
mentioning.
I don't
with
care
the
what the
budget.
story is. It just needs to have this thing in it, like
That
I
was
need
the
this
thing.
person or this kind of a
But that
person.
goes to
They're
the
like,
budget I was saying.
that's the only
They
thing
didn't
that
do it
matters to me,
originally because it cost so much money to do that kind of animation for 2 hours, and it takes so long. But it's like movies now
You
are
realize-
already that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So it's
just
like-
for an example,
just from all the CGI.
Corridor Digital, I sent you like their stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They've been doing shorts since like 2008. They have a full motion capture video, and their mocap. You can buy a mocap suit for like $1,000,
Dang.
like a good mocap suit. And then they have face mounts where you mount your phone and it has your face scan. So they have like face animation
And like
scan
really
video.
good video games now, like they have all that face stuff. Like Until Dawn, like it was like if they just
Until Dawn came out in 2012, and it looks beautiful to this day.
No, yeah, if you just apply that to like now, you could do so many more things like
Mm-hmm.
in the movies. Like there's things you can't do in movies where
Dude,
it's like, oh, it'd be
Avatar
unrealistic.
2.
But yeah,
That whole movie's motion capture.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
yeah, but that was the most expensive like movie ever made until like Pirates of the Caribbean 5,
Yeah.
which was $1 billion.
Wait, is Avatar
No,
2
it
out
wasn't.
already?
It was
No,
$1 billion.
Yeah.
Oh,
It comes
okay.
out.
It was $1 billion until
He's thinking about
Endgame
past
broke
tense,
it by
I'd be
like
tripping. I was
some.
like,
Wait,
Oh,
oh,
yeah,
I thought you were saying. Wait,
Pirates
cost?
5 was $1 billion.
It
to
cost $1 billion to make.
make. Yeah.
Yeah.
That movie's garbage.
Or was it 4? May have been 4.
All I know, the fifth one is the one that's actual garbage.
I think it was
The
the
fourth one is the one with the mermaids.
It was the fourth
it
one.
was the fourth.
Okay, that one's not bad.
It was a while ago, yeah. But it was $1 billion for everything because they had like so much CGI or
But
something.
as
Yeah.
long as you got the actor that everyone likes.
And they had to pay a lot to have
sells.
them act this.
That's all that
Jack
matters.
Sparrow.
It's like, oh, Jack Sparrow's in it. Come buy it. Doesn't
Yeah, but
matter
it
what the
wasn't
story
Jack
is.
Sparrow.
Yeah, that's the thing
Yeah.
is that's all they need. And yet they go main story someone else. It's
Guess
like,
what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, he was.
That's
he was
it.
in the
Yeah,
fifth
it's
one.
like that. Like
Yeah,
they're
but
doing
it was-
that
Okay, tell me.
But then they
magician
go,
Houdini
his
stuff
dad,
on you
yeah,
now.
and
like-
they go like Davy Jones.
He's got a point. That's like so many movies now. They Houdini you every time. It's like, oh, dude, we got this guy. You're gonna come watch him. Like, oh, look, Han Solo's in this movie, and then you like go to watch Ray. It's like, who is this? Like, this is not who I came here for. Like,
Yeah.
It's just like Houdini.
What were we talking about before that?
$1 billion, Pirates of the Caribbean.
Pirates of the Caribbean. Tell me when you watched the 5th movie that is Jack Sparrow. That is not. I don't know who that is, but that is he's fake. What's his name? Johnny Depp. He did not want to do that movie, and you can tell. That is not he was not playing the same character. I guarantee you watch that movie after you watch any of the other ones.
Uh-huh.
That is not the same character.
I think after 3, it kind of just...
4 wasn't bad. It wasn't great, but it wasn't bad. He was still the main character.
Yeah, it is like...
5?
Are you excited for 6?
That's like everything, though.
There's no 6.
Yeah, there is.
There is.
And
He said yes?
Jack Sparrow's a woman.
Huh?
I heard that after...
Jack Sparrow's being played by Margot
Wait,
Robbie.
is this a remake or did he get changed?
No,
Well,
it's a remake, but it's
Oh,
not
that's
like
like.
Oh,
Last I heard
time
that,
to not
I could be
watch
wrong.
that.
Yeah, last time I heard that just after like the whole trial
Oh.
and everything, that he actually got the part and that Disney rehired him.
Oh.
So that's what I last heard.
Okay, then it could be good now. But I mean, it's not going to be good. I'm not
Speaking about all these disagreements, what's like a hot take you have that you like nobody would agree, but that you... We all think of that for a second.
Here's the problem: is I think everything I have, you will agree with.
Yeah, 'cause we're-
Everyone else will disagree.
All right, go ahead, go ahead.
Well,
I'll just say
Maybe take a few seconds to just think about it and then you just edit it. Power of...
are we talking about movies?
No,
Or
that's
just like
anything.
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 Hot take: guns don't kill people. People kill people.
This is true.
Hot take: we should probably have guns.
Yeah. Oh, ooh, one that I probably, you guys may disagree with. New Year's Eve, celebrating as a holiday, piece of shiz.
Yeah.
Piece
Actually,
of
I
absolute
agree.
trash.
You know what we do?
Give me work off for another day.
Yeah.
Screw this. It already lines up on a Monday anyways.
You know what I do? We watch the East Coast at like 9 p.m. and then go to bed, and then I just call in sick the next day. You think I'm going in after New Year?
I'm hungover. I will kill someone on the way
Oh my.
to work.
I'm still wasted.
Oh. I got plenty of hot takes. I just can't
Let's
think
hear
of
it.
any of them.
I know Mikey.
Mike
hot
liked
take.
communism in high school, I remember.
No.
Socialism.
I kid. It's
He likes to
this
find
day.
the things I don't like and then tell everyone I like them.
He likes them.
I
promise.
guarantee what it
That's-
was is you said, well, it has its perks, and he said, you like communism!
Yeah, something
No,
like that.
yeah.
Actually,
It was not even
that is
true.
spot on.
Nah,
I
it's
was
not
like,
even true.
because he's like, I don't know why people would want communism, so I started trying to explain why people would want communism. He's like, oh, so you like communism?
That's probably, yeah. I guarantee
Nah, I just said that because.
well, that's what I'm saying. I guarantee that's what happened.
That's my hot take
Yeah.
for Mikey.
Something like that.
He can disagree if he wants.
I'll think about taking a minute. You got one?
no.
Thor 4 is a garbage movie.
I don't
Love
think that's a
it.
hot
I
take,
have yet
honestly.
to watch
Like,
it. I'll probably
I
watch
think
it.
everyone
Every
agrees with
single
that.
person at my work will die on the hill that it is the best Thor movie.
Okay, here's a hot take.
Tim.
Humorous
Oh, here it is.
movies
Number
only
3
is
for
trash.
Thor is
Yes.
his second best.
That's why. This is why I like.
Because that's what
Ragnarok.
all movies are now.
3 is Ragnarok.
second best.
It's the best.
The best.
I liked.
Number 1.
I was gonna say.
It's 1.
I just haven't seen one of these.
I think
since it came
1 and
out.
3.
You agree with
are
this,
close.
Trev?
3, I feel like is very like it's into
very
the
different.
Avengers timeline.
Yeah.
But I do like the Awoken Thor. Like he's still
that is
Thor.
So good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my hot take, I don't. You guys didn't hear. You were
Mikey
talking. Humor, like having only humorous movies, is trash.
Yes.
Like taking all the serious movies
Like
and then just
how
making them humorous.
All of these serious characters that Marvel had set up, they just said they are now jokes. They are just joke characters.
It's like you set them up as
Thor,
awesome, and then
joke.
there's suddenly it's a
Hulk,
comedy
actual
session.
joke.
Like
Hulk is now joke.
Oh, dude, I saw a clip
Yeah.
where he was like, "You need to like reprise your
No.
rage," and the
Oh.
lady was like, "Yeah, I
I'm
do
a
that.
woman.
I do that
I
when
know
men
how
try to
to-"
explain my job to me." I was like, "I'm never watching this."
She-Hulk is the most
It was like-
terrible show.
No, I've never
that
watched
they-
it. I saw.
I'm
a
never
clip.
gonna watch it, but I know it is the worst show, dude. She tells the one Marvel character with a canon multiple suicide attempts that her life was harder than his, and she was a successful lawyer. And she says, "I had a hard life. I'm a woman in the workplace." And he said, "I've tried to kill myself multiple times."
it's like,
He didn't say that.
it's like nah.
Legitimately, Hulk is the only canon Marvel character that has tried to kill himself because his life was so trash because of Hulk.
But she said nah.
But she said,
She said,
"Oh,
"Nah, bro."
as soon as I
So you're okay. You got
literally
this, bro.
as soon as she became Hulk,
That's so
she
bad.
had control over Hulk. Had never had any issues controlling it, and then she also says that her life's hard. I'm like, this
That
movie's
reminds me,
garbage.
I don't know if you've kept an eye on like Disney stock, but there was a point in time where Disney was kind of, everyone has their up and down, but now it's just on a slow downhill. Because I think
Really?
people.
Well, it got so high,
I
the
think
only way is down
Yeah.
at this point.
No, it's not high. It's like a stock for Disney is like $150 or something.
Yeah.
Around that.
Yeah.
It's like one stock, but you have like Tesla stock, it's like $700.
I was gonna say,
But I think people
Apple
are
is like
realizing where
$1,200.
Disney's like ruining stuff. It doesn't matter like what political affiliation you are.
that's
it's
not
like,
what it is.
they're just ruining movies because it's like this is supposed to be magical for kids, and then they go vote for president. It's
I'll,
like, get out of my movie.
I'll stand by this till I die. I don't care what political thing. Like, I don't care if you shoehorn it into a movie and it should not be there. You're garbage.
Well, yeah, and I
For
guess
doing that,
I guess
that's
that's
garbage.
my sister's almost hot take on stuff. Is like she's like, you should never have anything. You shouldn't be pushing an agenda when you're telling a story ever. Like you should just be telling a story.
If you're pushing an agenda when you're telling a story, people will not like
if
the
you're a
story
storyteller,
because-
you have to be the kind of storyteller that adapts to what you've created in your character. It's like my character would do this instead of trying to shove something through because this is
Yeah.
how you want your story.
Yeah,
to go,
like here's this character. Oh, actually, this character is gay.
yeah. Oh no. Well, and
I know for the
there's-
last 3
there's
movies
that,
they
but
weren't,
there's
but
also
now
just
they're gay.
like
Nothing
Poor-
against
poor
gays.
J.K.
They're
Rowling.
just like
That's what I'm
yes,
saying.
Yeah.
moments, and like that's where plot armor comes in. It's
I
like
think
you get
Dobby's
plot armor
homo.
on people because something has to happen at the end of the story. It's like no,
Yeah,
this person
Dumbledore,
should
I
die here
imagine
because
he's gay.
that's logically the next step. Like
If you're a storyteller and you're trying to push any agenda, people will feel that, and people won't like the story.
yeah, you're.
Why do you
forcing
think
stuff.
everyone hates Falcon and the Winter Soldier?
Yeah.
Is it bad?
It's so.
Does he turn out to be
political.
gay?
No.
No.
But it's super political. Like the whole
It
thing
is.
is all.
It's like-
super
Is it?
political.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it. That's also one.
The
I've
only
never
one
watched
I
Loki.
really liked
I heard Loki.
was Loki.
really
I
good.
really liked
And
it.
I actually liked Hawkeye.
I
Just because it was
It
like
was
I
fun.
got to know Hawkeye.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I didn't get to know him anywhere else.
yeah. No, I did enjoy Hawkeye. I also liked. I mean,
There's also those side
Like,
roles
sure, there
where they
is.
don't have a big
It's
part in
downsides,
the,
but-
like all the side roles that don't have big parts in movies, but the actor's really good and it makes them like Gimli.
Yeah.
Like he never really had like the biggest.
Well, he
role.
was the only
was in-
professional actor before Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
The rest of the
because
cast.
he did a
was
bunch
not.
of stage acting.
Yeah.
But
He'd
he-
actually.
not Ian McKellen.
He was in.
Or that was like his big
maybe.
thing.
No,
But
Gimli.
most of yeah.
Yeah, Gimli was in
Say
Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones.
That was
after?
beforehand, yeah.
That was yeah.
yeah, that was beforehand.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because
He was
yeah,
in-
I listened to a podcast where he interviewed the actor for Gimli, and he was just saying it was like super interesting being there, like being the only professional actor like out of everyone. It was cool.
I don't think Ian McKellen did much before that.
I
That's what
think
made
he
it cool.
says he was been an active actor.
like
since
everyone
whatever.
acted, yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
but
like
that was like a role. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
a big time role. That's kind of interesting. He is an actor that got famous when he was old.
Yeah.
there's
Speaking
a
of which,
lot.
Tim sent him a letter. He sent one back
Yeah.
to Tim.
I
What?
got
Oh, yeah,
Ian
I forgot
McKellen's
about
What?
signature. Yeah, I'll have to find the picture. Or it's on the
You got a
website.
letter from Sir Ian McKellen?
Yeah.
And he sent him voice message like, "Come to my house, give you a kiss. I'm
wish.
Michael Jackson. You
You
come
a
to
funny,
Neverland
you a
Ranch."
funny boy. Hot take: Michael Jackson's music is still banging. I don't care what he did.
I
His
listen-
music is.
I
so
Music
listen-
from that era is still.
So I
banging.
listen
I
to
know people are like, his music's bad because he's bad. I'm like,
I
his
listened to
music
that
is so good.
documentary. I think I'm on the side that he didn't touch a kid.
That's what I said.
I think I'm on that
I
side.
said, look, the fact that his family said they didn't, no one believes his whole family for some reason. And they believe these kids who didn't say anything until they were in their 40s.
Well, and it's also like he does all this stuff. He does all these big purchases. He buys his own part for himself.
I mean, I still
Like he's still a kid at heart,
it's
and he
like-
does all this other stuff.
Well, keep in
and like
mind-
his
keep in mind-
relationships with girls ended because he didn't really like do romantic stuff, and like that's why people left him. Like there's been like I think an interview from like Presley's daughter because you know they were together at one point. And he was like, yeah, he doesn't like.
Well, keep in
But
mind.
like he was a kid, so it's like you really think since and he never really had a childhood.
That's what I was-
is what
yeah.
he also said.
He never had a childhood, and his dad beat the crap out of him.
Yeah, so it was like I don't think it was all mentally there always, and then
I
for
think
him
it was
to
just
just
he
go,
wanted to be a kid.
I'm alone with a kid, like Like I think we're.
I think
good.
you just wanted to be a kid again.
Yeah.
I think that's
I
all it
believe
is.
in the American way, innocent until proven guilty.
That's what I believe.
And that's what we are all forgetting these days. It's like you are
Today's-
guilty until you are proven
And
innocent.
Today it's
Yeah, I
Twitter
think
says you're
different-
guilty, you're guilty.
What a messed up parent though to like save your kid and you believed your kid was molested by somebody who was famous and you go, I'll take $1 million. We'll be quiet. What? Like if my kid got molested, I'd be like,
I would take
hitman. You're
shot-
gonna get some.
Yeah, I was gonna say shotgun, kick in door.
No, that's sniper. Watch your front door for years.
No, I'd go after. I'd punisher him.
No, you just look through a scope until
Mike
he
knows what I'm talking about. I would punisher him.
You know, I haven't watched much of that show. I watched enough to know who that would be, though.
Oh, here's a good kind of sidetrack. I'll start off with a story so you guys can think of it, but funny parent moments. Like stories from your parents that you're like, huh?
Spelling bee.
Hold on, I'll start off and then we'll go around. So my dad's the kind of guy where he's just a germaphobe. He's just a germaphobe. Like, if I hand him something, 50-50 he may take it or not, depending how long it took me to get it from box to him. And
Explain
that rubbed off on me.
Explain downstairs in the sink.
Hold on, that's different.
How is that different? That's still no one.
Okay, hold on.
That's different.
So there's a couple of things. We're talking about a guy where a dog pooped on our driveway once, and he went out with the carton of bleach and a hose and would just wash the concrete. But he, and then there's this also other time where I'd catch him multiple times in our garage where there's a sink. It's about waist level.
I got you.
The sink's about waist level. There've been multiple times where, he's working out there, and I come in, I'm like, hey, Dad, and then he's just kind of like, looks over his shoulder. He's like, huh? And then you just hear piss hitting the side of the edge of the plastic sink and then going in multiple times. I'm not talking about once, like maybe eight
Many
times I
times.
visually saw it. And this is just, he's in the sink. And then I'm like, what? And then he always said, like, oh, I washed it out good. It's like, first off, there ain't no soap in the garage. So you probably just kind of like pump some water and like.
That's what. There's a bathroom right there.
But
4 feet from us is a bathroom above where he.
yeah,
peed
but
in
he
the
has to
sink.
climb up, or he just goes in the house for 30 seconds.
I was gonna say.
He's tired, but. But there's this one story where we were all watching Harry Potter, and he was on one of the couches and he was out. It was like me, 2 of my sisters, and one of my sister's husband and my brother. So it was like 5-6 people, and we're watching Harry Potter. And he falls asleep on the couch watching with us, and then we're at a part, and then he's snoring, but I feel like everyone in our family's gotten used to it, so it's like I can fall asleep to snoring and whatever background noise. He's snoring, and all of a sudden he kind of stops, and we're like, huh? And it's like at a quiet part, and we look over to him, and he just, and then he kind of like sits there and like opens his eyes, and then he's like, huh? And then I'm like, wait a minute. And then everyone, like, no one said anything. And I was like, I think we have to talk about this. Dad just farted himself awake while watching Harry Potter. He just, and then woke up. You just farted so insane. You woke up. And he, to this day, he's like, no, I didn't. He was like, there was 5 of us watching you.
Dog,
So
that's my
good.
Everyone
father-in-law.
was fully ready to just continue life as if it
My
never happened.
father-in-law.
Like,
He'll just, and you call him out. He says, "No, I didn't." He will die on the hill that he did not fart.
No. But
We'll
he
be
deep down,
watching a
he
movie,
knows.
and he'll just.
Yeah, but deep down, he knows. My dad is like,
Yeah.
no, I didn't. I was already awake. It was like, you were snoring.
That's me. There's been times where Lexi will wake me up while like watching something. She was like, "You were asleep," and I'm like, "No, I've been awake this whole time." And I genuinely believe I was awake. And then she like describes parts in the movie, and I'm like,
I've had that.
So you had a spelling bee? You too.
"Oh yeah." So in elementary school, I was super into spelling. I'm a great, I like grammar. Grammar Nazi.
Spell circuit.
Stop it.
CIRCUIT.
I'm a little staggered there. A little rusty.
Yeah,
Continue.
a little too slow.
Go ahead.
Man, that's
CIRCUIT.
He's too.
Well, he spelled it wrong. There's no T on the end.
It's not circa.
That's what you just spelled.
I said T.
No,
Stinky.
not the second.
Anyways, so we're studying for spelling bee. And this is just something that's like, it's silly. It's nothing wild.
Uh-huh.
But my mom's going through the list, reading words, and I have to spell them. She gets to, she's like,
Was she a teacher or was she like
she
volunteer?
was just helping me out while we were
Oh, you're practicing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She gets to where she's like, man, this is a weird word. I think this is like a foreign word. I'm like, well, sound it out. She goes, ingredient. And I'm like, and I grab the paper and I'm like, ingredient?
Oh my goodness!
It happened. I don't remember the other word, but it happened again that night. I was like, Mom!
Did you go to elementary school? Were you in spelling bee? You're no longer qualified to help me.
It was good. It was a good time.
Ingredient.
Ingredient.
Has your mom ever embarrassed you?
Duh. Do I remember?
I blocked those
It's
out.
happened. Yeah. Those memories blocked.
That's why I'm scared one of these days. If I ever bring like
Dude,
a potential
I was-
girlfriend home, I'd be like,
I was.
Why?
"This is my mom would just Spanish lady her up." And it
Oh,
would be
yeah.
too much.
I was. We were at Blackbird Diner. We were eating like
Oh, I love that
breakfast for
place.
like it was some holiday.
Yeah, you get like a family serving a tent
you know,
for $4.
cute waitress, like, and my mom goes, "Hey, my son wants your number." I'm like,
You never talked about it. You never talked.
"No!" I was like,
Was it just you and your mom, or were your sisters there to make it
everyone
formal?
was there. Everyone was there. And they were like, "Yeah, he wants your number. He thinks you're
This
so
was
cute."
pre high school, Lex.
No, this was high school. We met end of senior year.
Oh, okay, so
Yeah.
before.
So I was like,
What are you doing?
no. I just like menu was like, "Shut up, Mom."
Did she give it to you? Your mom hooked
That's
you
a
up.
good question.
Your mom hooked you up. Did you go on a
Maybe,
date? Did you
yeah.
use that number?
No,
Oh, good. Then you're good. You should.
I should have.
She's probably still waiting.
You have like some guy. You're good.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, I'll give you her number.
Nah.
You're like, "Hey, this is that guy."
I don't even. That's like taking
Here,
a
remember when my
blind.
mom? This is my friend.
You're just like making a blind date in a worse way at that point. Like, I don't know who this is. You don't know who
Neither
this
of you
is.
know.
Here you go.
I don't know. She doesn't even remember
There's
giving
a
me her
wild
number.
card. Like, I'm gonna text you, but who in the
Hey,
world are
my
you?
friend gave me your number.
You gave him your number like 6 years ago. Just like, what?
Tim. Funny story.
I don't know if I have a funny story.
Embarrassed.
I don't know. It might
Based
be
on-
embarrassing for my dad. So, while I was on my mission, I just got a story that I just got like a text that dad broke his foot. I'm like, what happened? And so, but basically what happened, he was just building something, but just the ladder just, you know, the ones that slide out. So he just had it unhooked and just, it came down, just crashed and just crushed his foot. And so yeah, I broke the foot. So we had like a cast for a couple weeks. And even though with that, just because all my little brothers were like still little, he still went to the farm and did all the farm chores every day with his broken foot.
Yo.
So dedication right there.
You know,
Yo.
respect up. I'm gonna throw that in there. The
just ripped some.
respect.
If you can hear that on, we'll see.
I died.
I doubt you can, like blocks out wind. and
Silent but
stuff,
deadly.
Yep. Your
That's
turn.
that's one of those
I don't-
catch
I
I don't
22s.
remember
Some
anything.
people
Yeah,
that
as
really
I have,
hard,
for some
then you
reason, I
have
can
to-
never remember anything,
Yeah.
whatever the topic, which is.
Embarrassing stories. Your mom, dad,
Or funny
funny,
stories.
or parent stories.
Any ones I can think of right now are like really short.
Go ahead.
I told
Like
you,
my
off a
dad, and it doesn't even involve
Ingredient.
me half the time. Like
That's
one
okay.
I'm thinking of right now is like he said when he was like following Nick, my older brother. He was following him and one of his friends, and they're on dirt bikes and they're driving along the trail
Oh,
and
I
they
think I
like
remember this
disappear
story.
over the top of like this hill or something. He's like, okay, and he like goes fast over the hill. He gets to the top of the hill. It's just like a 30-foot drop off. And he was going fast enough, his bike just like, and he was like, whoo! And he like landed. He's like, I'm not following them ever again. I'm in the lead now. Like, he just went up and he's like, yeah, and that was more pain than I ever want to feel again. From the landing, boom.
Oh.
That'd be bad.
Yeah,
So it was like, I wasn't there for that one, but I was like, oh, that is trash. Like, you just like not expecting a 30-foot drop and just like, oh, you're in this now.
So I heard
That's how.
Scary.
That's how
Landed.
my grandma's ex-husband,
Twice removed.
And you know, I bet
her like second ex.
Yeah.
That's how he broke his back when he was in the Green Berets. He was
I say
jumping.
about
That's bad.
Grandma, my mom's mom.
she dead.
No, she's only like 60.
She here?
Yeah. Well, she's in Spring City. Ephraim.
South? Oh yeah, very south.
So her husband, he was in the Green Berets. He was like super skinny dude, but he was jumping out of a helicopter, and it was he was deploying some. It was like I think Vietnam War or something, but it was like 4 or 5 foot tall grass, and so he was the first one to jump out. He thought it was just like. So he jumps and he's like getting his body ready for like a 10-foot drop. It's a 15-foot and he just hits the ground and breaks his back. And they had to like life flight him out of Vietnam.
oh shoot,
That's crazy.
that's a bad
Yeah.
place to do that in.
Yeah.
Tim's up there in the helicopter. Good thing I didn't go first.
Yeah, that's why. That's
Yeah.
No more jumping out of helicopters.
That does remind me of a funny story with Nick, because he is a paratrooper and he was in the training, and he said they're in the plane, they go up for a training flight, and essentially it's like, I don't know, for anybody who doesn't know how they do these things, usually it's like, and I don't know everything, so don't get mad if I miss something, but like they have to like hook into a line with like, and it's like attached to their pack somehow, or like their kit or whatever, and like when they jump out the door of the plane, it will just pull their chute as they go or whatever, so they'll get up in a line, and you can't go until the guy in front of you goes, essentially. And so they're all going along, and then one guy like up ahead of him, I don't remember if it was like right in front of him or like a couple guys in front of him, like starts freaking out, and he doesn't want to go out in the plane. You know, he's afraid of heights or whatever. And so he's like, I don't want to go. And they're like trying to get him to go out, and it's like you can't really hear much in the plane, so like. They're just kind of like trying to signal him to go, and he's like, no. And they start trying to push him out because, like, you know, there's not much communication going. You know, they're trying to push him, and he just, you know, to stop them, he just like puts his hands up on the doors, like his hands and feet on the doors. He's like stopping himself, and they like realize they can't get him to go out. So they're like, oh, okay, you can't go out. Just like. It's okay, just come back here. And then, like, as soon as he lets his hands and his legs go, the guy just, like, Sparta kicks him out the door. And Nick was watching this happen, and he was like, as soon as I heard that guy, like, oh, no, you don't have to jump. Like, they're not letting you not jump. So he was like, no. Like, in his brain, it's like, don't do it.
Wait.
Sparta kicks him out the
Imagine.
door.
Getting Sparta kicked out of plane. You're like, oh, okay. Boom.
I also remember I heard a story when my before I was born, when my oldest sister was like a baby, she had ears that stuck out more sideways, and you know they
You
eventually.
mean me?
Yeah, but I guess it was like
I got
more
more
than
ears.
her other babies or like my other siblings. So at the time, my mom would go, let me fix this. So she would like scotch tape down her ears and then my dad would come home and be like, what's up with the tape? And they're like, oh, her ears are like sticking out more. And my dad is just like, and I would ask him like, what did you do just no? And he was like, I was at work and she was at home. What am I going to do? Call her? Like, don't do that. Like, and
No taping the baby's ears.
it was like, why? She thought she could fix it with tape. Already like developed 12
Hey,
months.
at least she didn't go psychotic and just stapled.
Whack.
Bad.
Yeah, that was like, why?
Taping
also,
ears down.
My dad also tells me a story. Like, we always had like a yearly trip with my family to go to Oregon and back, and we'd always drive there. And we had I had 5 siblings, so it was my parents and 6 kids, and we'd all go into this Astrovan that had 6 seats, and we'd always stop by at a certain time of day. I think it was on the way back. We'd always at like midnight had an IHOP, and one of the chefs in here was just in the nose or something and gave us all food poisoning.
What?
So like all of a sudden it was like that Family Guy thing where everyone just starts throwing up. Like someone went, it was my sister next to me, my youngest sister. I remember I was in a car seat. I looked over and we had blankets, and she kind of woke up crying, and it kind of woke up the whole car. And I look over and she just like this bowl of puke. And then I remember I was like to this day, I don't think I'm a big like visual guy, but if I smell throw up, I'm and I just remember like getting like a whiff of it and just puke, and then my brother next to me and just and then my dad's like sitting there looking in the back of the car and saying, everyone stop throwing up, and then my mom's like trying to roll down the window and throwing up out the side of the van. And then my dad's trying to keep it in, but he feels horrible. He's like, the whole car just smelled, and everyone's just thrown up on the floor from 6 kids. And he's like, I remember getting home, and he's put everyone to bed. He changed me and my sister, because we were little kids. And he's like, I remember I finally got like everyone showering in bed. I was cleaning out the car, and he's like, my mom had this bowl that she threw up in, and my dad was like feeling sick because he was food poisoning too. And he's like, he had that urge to throw up, but he knew he couldn't. Like, it's eventually, everyone has that, like, oh, it's eventually coming, but it's like,
I don't
you
want-
know
not-
you're
not
going
yet.
to. Yeah.
Not
and
yet.
he goes to empty the bowl. I think he said he was going to empty the bowl and throw up in the toilet. And then he goes, I got to throw up. So he goes, he sniffs the bowl and just, and he goes, right in the bathtub. And he voluntarily just, like a big, and he's like, after that I felt better.
Oh yeah, no. The fact you'll feel better the second you throw up.
It's
But
so
I
relieving.
hate it. Because it's just that involuntary.
Are you a scream throw up guy?
No, I'm silent.
All my family, but to my sibling is like, I'll silently throw up, but like the rest
Yeah,
of my
I'm
family
like,
will. And then like, and then you just hear a water
So you
bottle.
just always know when they're throwing up.
Yeah, you'll hear at like 3 a.m. someone like upstairs, like right in the toilet.
Okay, this reminds me of a story.
I also have one more.
This is a scout story that I just remembered. We were
How
going
good?
on a camp.
How many fingers?
This was
11 herbs and spices, finger licking good.
What are those?
fingers.
I'm
Okay,
gonna throw up now.
Yeah.
we were on a camp out. This was in the Spanish Fork Ward. We were going on a camp out, and we stop at like a gas station. We're heading. It's at the sand dunes.
Egg roll.
No, this kid he had downed like Mountain Dew, lots of Doritos. He's like asleep, and I'm like chilling. I was like, I don't need to go in, and he like wakes up. He's like, and he no, he hiccups, burp. He like and sneezes. So he hiccuped, threw up, and sneezed at the same time in sequence. He was like,
Oh no!
and
The
it just
feeling
went
in your
everywhere,
nose.
Dude,
like
like,
out of his
Your
nose, down
after
my
that
leg.
is done. Like,
And I was like, ah! I was like 10, so I threw the door open and just took off. And he was like, ah!
just starts running.
So I also have one more from my dad. It was his first kid, so my oldest sister. It was when she was a baby. He went to go change her diaper. Oh, my mom. My mom originally was changing her diaper. And she opens up the diaper, and there's already poo in there. And she goes, oh, like, I don't think I can change this. I think this is how the story goes. She goes, I don't think I can, like, she's like, oh, I can't, like, it smells so bad. And then my dad's like, fine, I'll do it. And he goes up, and he changes the diaper, and then he goes and puts the new diaper under it, and he leans over to get wipes, and all of a sudden he explains it like, boom, boom, and it just goes on the wall, like explosive, shot out, and it trails up the wall.
Oh my goodness.
And
That is nasty.
yeah, it was like, just boom. And he was almost like, I kind of like metaphored
Did
it
it
for
get
him.
on
I was
him?
like, was it like that daddy daycare scene where he was like, he looks up the wall.
missed.
Yeah, I missed.
What do you mean you missed?
I missed.
Boom.
Boom! Just so gross.
Oh, that's very good.
Tim,
I'm just.
you have baby
realizing
brother
this.
right now. You have some of the infant lime green glow
You have
stick,
another baby?
glow stick liquid poop.
What?
Yeah.
He has another little brother?
Yeah. They bought it
From an auction.
from Walmart.
Yeah.
From a guy in Walmart parking lot.
Wait,
The park.
adoption or
No.
birth?
No, the birth.
Yeah.
I can't believe your mom is.
Look at that
Wait, let's
chump!
see. I ain't seen
What
it.
a little chump.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Dude, now
Your
you
mom has
Tim.
had
Now-
4 kids,
Yep. And then.
and
just
they're
a
all
kid.
boys.
Just like you, dog.
5. Yeah.
5 boys.
5 boys.
Oh, your mom's kind of like evening out the numbers now with
It's
boys
even
and
now.
girls.
Because you have
Technically.
2.
I have
Yeah.
2 little brothers
Little
now,
brothers.
and me, and then I have my 3
Are
sisters.
you
He has an 11th month year old and your mom has 4?
Yeah.
To one,
he's
though.
5. He's not.
5 months?
My,
He's 5 months.
my newest one was born on my birthday. This year. On my birthday.
So yeah, share the birthday.
Yep.
Wow.
Were you
We are-
kind of
we are
like,
23 years apart.
were you
That's
kind of,
crazy.
No, I was like, cool. He's in Kansas.
won't take my birthday present.
That's, man.
That's funny parent stories. I'm trying to think. I feel like my family has so much, but like some, it's like I probably can't share.
You probably can, my friend.
I'm trying to think. What being
There's
the-
just my mom said Tim needs to get some milk when he broke his wrist. But I haven't seen that meme.
No, she didn't.
She's like,
He needs
it's
some
like Tim
milk.
broke his wrist. Well, how? From cocking an airsoft gun and yeah, he's cocked an airsoft gun and his wrist just broke. And she was like, well, he needs to drink more milk.
And I have since then.
And
Oh my
he's
gosh.
got them thick wrists.
I'll tell the story I already told you guys. It was like last week. Me and Mike come to my house. It's like 11 o'clock at night. I don't know if I told you this. It's like 11 o'clock at night. And Mike, we were done talking. He's like, I come in to like watch you play Smash. I was like, yeah, sure. So we walk in, we go through my garage, go through my kitchen, and the lights are on. It's like 11:30 or something around that time. I'm like, oh, weird. Like usually my parents are in bed at like 10 and my sister goes to bed. So I'm like, oh, the lights are on. I'm like, I kind of peek around my head and my dad's there in the kitchen. Pajamas, no shirt.
Oh, yeah.
And then he has a fistful of like mozzarella. And I'm like, what the heck? I'm like, what are you doing? And he's like, oh, I just got back from work. And already it was like, what? Like usually comes back at like 4 or 5. I'm like, what? Like
This
just got back
much?
from work. Like he's come back late, like 8 or 9, but like he was like, you got back at like 11. Like it's like unheard of. I was like, what?
Yeah.
And then just fistful of cheese. And he's cooking. Like, are you making like a quesadilla? He's like, no, I'm making an omelet. Nowhere in sight was there a spatula. 11:30 at night, this man's cooking an omelet with his hand. Just there. And I just lose it. I'm just laughing. Mike's laughing because I'm laughing. He didn't know what was going on. But I was like, so weird and added up. This guy is cooking an omelet with his hands.
It's like
At
big
11
bald
You ain't
guy.
heard this
Yeah,
boy
big
laugh
bald
hard
man.
till you see his dad cooking an omelet at 12:30 at night with his bare hands.
Yeah, he's just barefisted an omelet.
He's just sitting there like just flipping it with his bare hand right off the pan.
There was also, this is more funny to me because it's just my sense of humor, but we were helping my brother move out of this one place, and he was living in the basement of this house, and me and my dad were helping him move like more of the heavy furniture, and you know, it's just the guy thing is like when people start moving, it's like, and then the wives get together and like, you want to help me tell them where the boxes go? Like, but we're moving boxes out, and then he was like, okay, hold on. And he started packing up some stuff. So me and my dad were sitting there, we look over, and there's a dartboard. And it was kind of in the basement, and there's no really lights on, so there's a dartboard. And then I go, I'm like, yo, you want to practice darts? And like, the room was probably just as wide as this room. Like, it's pretty far, like 15 feet.
Get a
The
good
wall's there, the
distance.
door's over here, and the darts are over here. My brother's bedroom is like a small hallway to the left and farther down. So I go pick up some dartboards, and I'm like throwing them, and then I give one to my dad, and then he backs up to the door, and then he's like, "Did you see all the holes on the wall?" I'm like, "Huh?" And then there's a bunch of holes already on the wall, like people missed, like hundreds. And my dad doesn't even aim for the dartboard. He just chucks it straight drywall. And I start, like, this is one of those moments in my life where I just instantly a little bit of pee came out. Like, I didn't know I needed a pee, but I just peed my pants just a little bit. Because he didn't even, like, dartboard's here. He just, like, threw it. It was like 2 inches from the ground. And then I remember I threw it. I was like, I guess all rules are off. Straight baseboard. Like me, straight baseboard. And then we grabbed it and we re-threw it a couple times. And like we got the needle to like sink all the way to like the big edge, like the more rounded edge. And then I kept laughing. I was like, we should do this like more and more. And my dad's like, yeah, but it's not our house. And then like we grabbed stuff and we moved and we left. But I just reflect on that. He just first like he backs up more. I'm like, huh? He's like, did you see all the holes? Like he already knew people missed. He just straight wall. It's somebody else's house. It's so good.
Oh my.
My mom is fully Peter Pants from laughing.
Speaking, how? Just.
I don't remember, but I also died. We were all like dying laughing, and she goes, "I peed!" And we all start dying even more.
Did you see
Yeah,
that?
that happens. You're
Did you see
done. You game over. You're laughing. You're done.
Oh.
Those moments. I don't know. It was probably something like, oh, we were okay. This isn't what happened, but this is another story. We were driving, like 85 on the freeway, going north, and my mom was driving. My sister's like eating something with a spoon, like cereal or something. And, like my older sister, and I'm in the like middle, like lean forward, and we're like talking
Cereal
and
on
stuff.
the car.
And we're like joking around. Yeah, it was in the morning, and my sister says something like, talking about nasty, like, and my mom goes, "Oh, gag me with a spoon, that's nasty." And my sister goes, "Yeah," right into her mouth. And my mom's like, "Ah!" Cereal just and me and her are dying, and my mom's like, "That's not funny.
Which of course makes it more.
We could have died."
Speaking of which, I have another story, but this is from my brother-in-law's
Crashed on a
mom.
highway by cereal.
This is my brother-in-law's mom. So my brother-in-law mom will like, doesn't matter how embarrassing the story is, like, if she pooped her pants, she tells people about it. Like, she's just kind of that person where like she'll just tell anybody any embarrassing story.
Hey, guess what?
Your mom?
That's how she
I
is.
think that this may relate to you a little bit. She was at a party, and she laughed so hard she peed her pants. And this is like at her house, and there's a bunch of people. She laughed so hard she peed her pants. She goes, "Oh," and then like soaked her pants, like knees, like you could tell. She goes up, she changes, and she comes back down, and then she's looking around, and she realized nobody noticed that she changed her clothes. So she starts laughing again, and laughing to herself so much she pees her pants a second time. Goes up, changes, comes back down, and then just, it's unbelievable to her that she peed twice and no one knows. So she starts telling people that she peed her pants twice just now at the party, and she's getting a group together. She laughs so hard again, she pees herself a third time, and then goes and changes. 3 times in one night. She just spread the news. It's so funny.
That is crazy.
Oh, I'm trying to think.
Laughter, Peter. I don't
I
understand.
feel like I don't know.
But I
Okay.
guess it happens.
So
Yeah,
I wasn't here for this, but my mom, they were at the store. They were like at a thrift store or something in, I think it might have been in Kansas.
Oh, dang.
And she's like, no, it was in Utah. But I just remember she like walked in, and she was like they were shopping. She's like, oh. She had to deuce real bad all of a sudden.
What is this? Oh, grab her hips?
She's like,
What, like trying to take control? Looking for a wallet?
so she walks to the guy. She's like, "Can I use your bathroom?" He's like, "No." He's like, we don't have a public bathroom. She's like, I will poop my pants right now if you don't let me use your bathroom. I swear.
No way,
I'm
she
going
said
to
this.
poop my pants right now. Let me use your bathroom.
She basically held the guy hostage with poo. You let me use it, I'm gonna poo. She held this lodge with some number 2. Did the guy let her? No. Did she do it? Did she poop? She made Snickers.
Was it an empty thread or no?
She made bumper rope. What does this mean? She made fun size.
It was like, okay, fine.
She actually intimidated him with holding him hostage. She pooped a little bit. You smell that? He has friends.
There's more on the way. Amazon.
How old is your mom at this point? In her 40s? She's not elderly. She's not like...
She's with like a 2-year-old.
Would be awesome if she grabbed the guy from the shoulder like, you need to watch my son while I go relieve Satan. Corbin is
Corbin's about to die now. This is the end for him.
What store was this?
I don't know.
I'm like, what stores don't have a public bathroom no more?
I almost threw up from laughing, dog. It was like right here.
Gold material.
I've been throwing up on this episode. After we talked about it.
I'm gonna.
Like I said, guarantee he throws up, I'd go. All of it gone. Carpet, table, microphone. Oh. Another mom funny story. So my mom, for some reason, she's Spanish lady.
I'm just hiding in the
prepared.
back.
Spanish lady, for some reason, been here for over 40 years. Doesn't understand that she's
Your
no
aunt, or
longer
who's this?
Spanish. No, my mom.
His
your mom.
madre.
She,
Is related.
there's like self-inflating like queen mattresses. They're like this tall.
Uh-huh.
And they blow. You plug them in, then you flip a switch,
Oh, yeah.
and it blows up, and then it lets it stop by
So
itself.
nice.
Yeah, super nice. If you fold them up, they're decently heavy, like 20, 25
Yeah, they're
pounds.
not,
She
yeah.
needed to get them downstairs, but she didn't want to use the strength to get them downstairs because they were heavy. And she got these at Costco, and Costco have really good like customer service. So what she does is she grabs them and she walks them. Magically, she's able to pick them up for some reason and walk them to the balcony and throws them over the balcony. 2 of them. Breaks, destroys both of them, goes to Costco and says, I get returned? And they're like, what? And she says she explained the situation. She threw them over the balcony and they broke. And Costco is like, sure.
No.
And I was like,
No.
you realize that's stealing. You broke something and got your money back. And she goes, no.
Unless there's
And
some
then-
sort of
and
warranty
she goes,
on that.
no,
You
they're
guys
not.
have it.
And then later down the road, my sister talks about like, oh, if there's like a dented thing, like at a store, like the box is dented, like you can tell like it doesn't damage the product, but the box did. She'll ask for a discount if they don't give it. She's like, give me that manager. Like she's less of that now because she's like, I don't have the time for that. It was more of like when she was
Wait,
like,
give me a
younger.
what?
She wanted a discount if the box was kind of
And if they don't
smushed.
give it to her, she's
She's
just
like,
what?
give me that manager.
Oh,
She's like-
manager?
Yeah, she was
Oh.
never rude about it. She's like, can I talk to your manager? And you like, if you get the manager, it's always like I don't
okay.
care. Yeah, like here.
Whatever.
So she'd usually get it.
The discount we're gonna give it to you isn't even wholesale.
And we were talking about that, and there's always an inside joke. I'm like, you're robbing the place. And Mom's like, that's kind of theft. I'm like, what about that time you did this with the mattress? And she's like, no. It's like, That is worse. And she's like, no.
I guarantee she was like, oh, they slipped and
Yeah,
I
it's like,
tried to blow it up and it
it's like,
exploded.
that's why I'm saying like Costco has a pretty good thing, but you can't be like,
But you
I bought a
can't
TV,
say-
I destroyed it with a bat, like money back.
Actually,
Money back.
you would be surprised.
They
I think
probably
they
would.
do.
They would take it, I'm sure.
I know.
Yeah, Costco's just
there's
they.
there's a
That's their
YouTuber.
thing is
They're
they're
chill.
known for
Well, there's
like
a YouTuber
just,
who buys TVs and like breaks them to like show you what's inside. And I don't remember like all this whole thing, but he does it within like 2 days and then returns the TV.
That seems like bad business.
that's theft.
That's what I said.
It is. It's straight up.
But it's like, why do they accept that anyways? Though it's like that seems
And I
like
know
such
somebody.
bad business.
I knew a
like,
friend that
Yeah,
had
but
a
it's
mom that would
easier
buy
to-
stuff like they had a family reunion and there was babies, so she bought like 4 cribs, like pack and play cribs that you fold out, and then use them for a week and then return them. And it was like you use like they're used, and she was like, yeah, they just accept it though. It's like, do you not see it or something?
I know people that would buy TVs and then return them. They like buy a 70-inch TV for like the weekend and then return it.
But that's the thing. Is like what like buying like people do that with like dresses, like really expensive dresses. They'll buy a dress,
Yeah.
keep the tag on, and then like return it because they only use it for one night. It's like that's why it's like now I can understand where stores go no, like no refunds. You're trash.
But usually like normal stores are not
They're
like that.
pretty
But
okay
like
with that.
thrift shops are like that.
Yeah,
Like places
because then
like
people
where it's
probably
used
try to do that
things.
all the time,
mm.
and
They
they're really
like
strong
they, like,
on.
clip a tag on a shirt and they like, oh, refund, not fit.
Yeah,
Like, we never sold this to you.
this looks worn in. What is this made in 2007?
Thank you everyone for
See ya.
listening.
Huh?
I do not remember what we said.
That button?
Yeah.
Bye.
I touch.